Hi guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 68, and today I'm going to be talking about a variety of things. But the first thing that I'm going to start talking about is the monetization of my YouTube channel. Now, if you go back several months, I actually made a post about how YouTube is forcing ads on creators' channels that are not monetized. And now when I talk about monetization on YouTube, it means that you actually have like a certain amount of subscribers, you have a certain amount of views, or a certain amount of hours watched of your content. Now, I basically had the requirements to monetize my channel about 3 years ago. So 6 to 8 months into my time creating video content, I had enough in order to turn on monetization, which would have actually activated ads that you see in either pre-roll or mid-roll or at the very end of a video on a particular individual's YouTube channel. And I made a specific concerned decision not to monetize my channel. And I was happy with that. I knew I was giving up, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month in ad revenue that would be generated from the YouTube channel, but I didn't want to have ads because I didn't want individuals to be deterred from actually watching the video content. And, because sometimes you see an ad and you're like, I don't want to sit through an ad, I'm just going to skip to another video or something like that. And I just didn't like to be associated with that type of thing. But as of a couple months ago, and you probably saw a post from me a couple months ago talking about how YouTube is forcing creators now to have ads on their channel, even if you're not monetized. And at that point, I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. And a lot of people are like, Cliff, just go ahead and monetize the channel. We don't mind. There's a lot of people who watch my channel who are YouTube premium subscribers, so they don't have to see ads anyway. There are individuals who have ad blockers up, so if an ad ever does come up, it basically blocks that ad from playing, and which is great. I didn't know that even existed until not too long ago. But, the main reason that bothered me was not the fact that now I, have to make money off of it. The thing that bothered me is that if you don't monetize your channel, you have no control of who can advertise on it. And I even had colleagues of mine, Lindsay Coble, you know who you are, she reached out to me and said, Cliff, I just saw one of your videos. I had to chuckle because an ad came up for one of these $69 online hearing aids that are basically a scam, came up on pre-roll on your channel. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So at least now that I have my channel monetized, so I basically made that decision 2 weeks ago to monetize the channel so I could go in and block certain companies from advertising on my channel. And I missed a couple. And so it's always this constant battle of now trying to figure out which company is trying to promote their crappy product on my channel, and it drives me crazy. But I only have 500 slots or 500 domains that I can block from advertising on my channel, and I have probably about 50 of those used already. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole. Every time you block one, another one pops up. I'm just going to keep playing that whack-a-mole game over and over and over again, and we'll see what ultimately happens. But if you've noticed here in the past couple of weeks, the channel has a different feel. I mean, even when I'm in the clinic and I'm trying to test out a patient's Bluetooth streaming or telecoil, I am actually going to my phone and or their phone, and I'm going to my YouTube channel to play one of my videos. Well, now I have to wait for what, 7, 8 seconds, 10 seconds? I don't know how long those videos are because I'm a YouTube premium subscriber, but the point is that I have to sit there and wait for 8 seconds for this stupid ad to run before they can actually see if the sound is coming through correctly through my video. And I just know that to some degree, I don't know, it just kind of ruins the experience, I think. I don't like having my channel monetized. And yes, financially speaking, it's a good thing for me financially to have the ads running. And, does it really harm anybody to have ads on there? Probably not. But if it bothers you that much, I would recommend that you go and you get YouTube Premium. I don't think I get any kind of commissions off of that by me recommending that to you. I don't care. But I pay for it. I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. And I can tell you, with as much YouTube as I actually consume, because every morning before I go to work, every night before I go to bed, I'm watching at least a couple YouTube videos. It's really nice not to have to watch ads, to be honest with you. And to be honest, if every single person who watched videos on my channel had YouTube Premium, I think I get a few cents per view or something. I don't know what it is. But it's worth it to me. I don't really care. I mean, all that money could go away and I wouldn't care at all. I've got enough other, things going on to help support my lifestyle and my family. And it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing, though, to have the channel monetized, and it does make some good money at this point. But I kind of miss the days of where there were no ads, and I could be proud of that and talk about it. And I have talked about it in other videos, and that was a source of pride for me, knowing that I was not in it to make revenue from monetization. And I hear creators, that I watch on YouTube talking about, I'm just trying to hit that mark so I can monetize my channel and start making money. And I'm just like, it kind of like, if that's your goal of creating YouTube content, I think that you're just kind of off base, and it's kind of tacky and distasteful to do that. It is what it is. It's not that bad of a thing. I just wanted to kind of, you guys have been seeing those ads running. There's probably a pre-roll ad for this video. There's probably going to be an ad like right about now. The videos are still the same. Nothing changes, right? You just have to deal with a couple of ads if you don't have these ad blockers on. That being said, the thing I want to kind of transition into now is my kind of like experimentation with Instagram. I've been posting some different Instagram stories. Now, Instagram stories stick around for 24 hours. So if you're not checking in on your Instagram or checking in on my Instagram every day, you're probably missing an Instagram story, because I don't know, posted maybe 4 or 5 of those last week, and I posted, I think, even a couple today, or yesterday, I guess, depending on when you're seeing this, but I posted a couple on there, and they only stick around for 24 hours, and they're giving you a little bit more of a glimpse into my actual real life, because let's face it, this is not my real life, even though 90% of my free time I'm doing this stuff, so I guess technically it is my real life. But most of my real life is me, working out, exercising, hanging out with my wife and with my dog, and hopefully more of that will be hanging out with family as this whole COVID thing starts to kind of settle down. And I don't even know if I can say that word without getting this demonetized, but at the end of the day, I really don't care if this particular video is monetized. As long as ads don't play on it, or as long as bad ads don't play on it, I'm totally okay with that. But that being said, Instagram is up and it's rocking and rolling. I've also been doing some YouTube shorts. I've also been doing some YouTube, what do you call it? YouTube stories. The YouTube stories stay on for a whole week. So if you're scrolling down on your mobile device or scrolling down on your laptop or whatever, you might see my face on there under the YouTube shorts and the YouTube stories, which is all kind of fun. I'm just trying to do a little bit more like not rehearsed stuff, not scripted stuff, kind of like this. It's more free talking, but they have to be really quick, because the YouTube shorts have to be less than a minute long, and then the YouTube stories have to be literally 15 seconds or less, which is a really short amount of time. As you guys know, I'm a long-winded talker, so it's really hard for me to condense something into 15 seconds. But all that said, it's been kind of fun kind of experimenting with these different ways to kind of give you guys a little bit more behind the scenes of me and my life, if you're into that, which I wouldn't blame you if you're not. But the other thing I want to talk to you about is really my inability to speak to the female demographic, or to appeal to females in general. Now, this is something that I've had to deal with since basically high school. I've not really been an appealing individual to females, and that's totally okay. But one thing that I feel like I don't do well is giving information that females would be particularly interested in. I definitely gear more of my content more towards like the male, like engineer mindset type person, and I do have a strong following of females on my channel, but when you just look at my YouTube analytics, it is heavily skewed towards males and not females. And I really, I like to think that I'm not discriminating against females in any way. I just feel like the way that I talk about things is probably more appealing to a male audience than to a female audience. So I'm really trying to do things to kind of make sure that I'm, helping individuals who aren't necessarily the people that I'm always helping, if that makes sense. I don't like this idea that there's a whole group of individuals who feel like my content is not suitable for them based on how I talk about things. And so I really want to make a shift, not a complete shift. I'm going to still focus on my core of being really technical in my videos, trying to be as unbiased as possible, doing device reviews, giving my opinions on the importance of best practice care and things like that. But I really feel like I need to start creating some more content that is more appealing to the female demographic. And so I've been working with some other individuals in my profession, some females in my profession, to truly try to get some understanding of the type of things that females are interested in, and then kind of augmenting some of my videos to be more geared towards those individuals. Because here's the thing, when you look at it, I'm a very niche, individual. I'm talking about hearing loss specifically, and that's it. But when you look at the size of my channel, I mean, I think at the time of this recording, I've like 130 some thousand subscribers at this point, and the majority of them are male. But when you look at it from the perspective of the global impact of hearing loss, I mean, there are hundreds of millions of individuals with hearing loss, and to be quite honest with you, I'm not doing that good of a job of getting my information out there. Now, the subscriber count's one thing. There is a completely different aspect of view count. So the view count, there are, 1 million views a month, but still, when you start to look at it in the grand scheme of how many people have hearing loss, I'm just making a tiny, tiny, tiny little dent in educating individuals with hearing loss. And I need to make sure that I have my content done in a way that appeals to more individuals, but appeals to more individuals, but doesn't just cater to what they want to hear. Like, they have to hear legitimate, truthful information. I can't just, create content that isn't true just to try to get people to watch my content. I don't want to make my content comical. I mean, to some degree, I think that comedy is okay to incorporate in these things, but I don't want to make a joke out of what I'm trying to do just to gain more followers and subscribers and viewers. But I do feel like I need to change things around a little bit to where I am educating a bigger group of people. And we'll see what happens. I mean, I just want you guys to be aware of that. If you have any ideas on that, and I know that you're watching this, I've probably appealed to you to some degree at this point, but if you have any ideas of things that, topics I need to talk about, in order to reach a broader audience with hearing loss and help educate a broader audience with hearing loss, I would like to hear your opinions, to be quite honest with you. And if you want to put that into the comment section, I would be very grateful for that. And that way, it gives me some kind of understanding, because I view the world through my own lens, and my lens that I see the world is not how everybody else sees the world, and I need a little bit more insight into that. All that being said, it's been an interesting week. If you did not see my Instagram posts from yesterday, they're probably going to be up for a little while longer through my YouTube stories, because I did I think like an 18-mile trail run and I took a quick little, minute-long video that had some pretty nice views. I ran up to the top of a radio tower. So if you want to see that, make sure that you go over to my Instagram and take a look at my Instagram stories. But that is all for this week, guys. I know this is kind of a video or a vlog that was just kind of all over the place, but that's just some stuff that I kind of wanted to get out there and let you guys know some of the things I'm struggling with and some of the things that have changed with the channel here in the last couple of weeks. I always appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your thumbs up on my videos. And as always, guys, I'll see you next week.